As we mark National Cancer Survivors Day, President Trump is putting the spotlight on the vast number of Americans fighting this deadly disease. The president says in a statement, quote, "To provide even greater hope for these Americans and their families, I recently signed into law the federal right to try legislation. This new law gives those facing a terminal illness expanded options for care and treatments that could save their lives." My next guest she is a cancer survivor herself, and she has accepted the nomination to be a 2018 Woman of the Year candidate for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And she is joining me now over the phone from Los Angeles. Her name is Caitlin Lindsay. Caitlin, are you there?
I am. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
I want to let everybody know that you're my dear friend as well, and I'm very proud of you. I'll start by saying that. Caitlin, you are one of 20 candidates, which is why you started your fundraising campaign. Tell us about your campaign, your goal, and what is it that you're hoping to achieve as a nominee?
Yeah, so it's a 10-week competition, and really is to support cancer research and to help everyone who has been touched or will be touched by cancer, but any cancer. And I'm one of 20 candidates. It's a national campaign, but it ties to me because I had breast cancer. I was diagnosed about 3 years ago and underwent a mastectomy 4 days later, and then went back to my life. And then March 8th of this year, I found out my breast cancer came back. And this is right before my campaign kicked off. And, research to me is just so important because my case was so rare due to my age. But with LLS, they're really a leader in advancing breakthroughs in immunotherapy, personalized medicine such as CAR T therapy, but we're just really improving quality of life, not just for patients, but also for caregivers. And to date, they've raised, I think, or invested almost over $1.2 billion, I think, in research.
And how much have you raised, Caitlin, so far?
My goal for end of this week is to have $100,000, and I'm very, very close to that. So
you're very close to that. Where are you right now? You're like, last I read, you were 90,000.
Well, it's a blind competition, so we can't publicly say how much a candidate has raised. But I'm very, very close to that number.
We'll leave it there, but we'll tell everybody, by the way, if you want to donate, Caitlin's website is mwoy.org, mwoy.org. Look for her name, Caitlin Lindsay, and her picture to donate. And Caitlin, by the way, is there a deadline to donate?
At the end of this week, so Friday.
Okay, we'll definitely go towards that goal for sure, and we're going to surpass it. So I want to back up, Caitlin, because you started telling your story, but I want to slow it down and remind everybody your story. The backstory is that in March of 2015, at 32 years old, you were diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. You had a mastectomy, followed by 8 reconstructive surgeries and multiple procedures. Then you were given the all clear. Then 3 years later, March of this year, 2018, you found out that your breast cancer had come back. What happened next?
All my doctors were in shock because after mastectomy, it isn't likely that cancer will return on the mastectomy side, but for me it did. And they admittedly acknowledged that more research needs to be done, especially in cases like mine. And so the first time I didn't undergo radiation. This time I'm currently undergoing 25 rounds of radiation just to make sure that they got all the cells. So I'm in the process of that treatment right now and, just sort of taking it day by day. But, one of the interesting things with LLS was that what I learned was what originally was discovered through blood cancer research, since blood cancer is so easy to study, is now being tested for clinical trials for other cancers as well. And so that's why this isn't just for me with breast cancer or for leukemia or lymphoma. It's really affecting every type of cancer and, every person.
Well, Caitlin, I've known you for I don't even know how long now, maybe 20 years. I'm so proud of you. What you're doing is remarkable, and it speaks volumes about you, the way you were raised, and your fortitude, and your compassion, and you as a person. And you keep up the good work, and you keep fighting the good fight, and we're on your side. You know that, right?
Thank you so much. I do. I love you.